started working with Google was actually to think of the construction industry as really this antiquated, very conservative industry, and it is. Things haven't changed. Contractors have their way of doing things. And the permitting in city government takes months, if not, and sometimes even longer. And so when you actually think of something, you conceive of an idea, to when you actually have a building can take 5, 6, 7 years. Most of the things I've shown you take that long. And if you think about the industries here in Silicon Valley, 5 years is a lifetime. There have been 2 or 3 products that have actually already happened and gone in that time. So the type of building you would design for a certain type of engineer or a certain type of person is actually no longer required by the time the building is actually finished. And so that's how we were introduced to Google now 3.5 years ago. And this is one of my favorite little cartoons. This shows the sort of the leadership structures, organization structures of the different companies. I like Oracle has a larger legal sorry if there offends anybody. But you guys, you can totally see this in everybody. And that also actually is a lot about how we were asked to start to design this project. I think that in the engineering world, when you have a problem, you stick a lot of engineers into a room, and collectively they come up with a solution. In the architecture world, it doesn't usually function that way. An architect gets the project and then kind of conceives the solution, and it can sometimes be a very sort of individual, a very sort of ego-driven kind of solution. And what they wanted was to actually, in their selection process of architects, they actually asked 2 architects, Thomas Heatherwick and ourselves, Bjarke, to work together and to work together to solve the to solve the challenges that we all had before us. And so I think it's been a really fruitful working